seeing a lot of airlines that are suddenly getting overwhelmed by the amount of passengers that suddenly want to fly. This summer there are lots of people that want to make up their holiday that they couldn't do during the COVID-19 pandemic due to travel restrictions.
These airplanes will provide about 20% more fuel efficiency than the airplanes that it's going to replace.
Well, for more on the air show, let's go to Fabrizio Poli, who's a senior consultant at Orville Aviation and the founder of Biz Jet TV in Manchester, UK. Good to have you back with us, Fabrizio. Let's talk about one of the standout winners of this air show, and that was Boeing. We know Boeing has had a really tough few years with the scandal surrounding its MAX jets, but they really succeeded in signing many lucrative deals at this air show. Tell us more about what they managed to gain.
Yeah, well, they gained the massive order from, American Airlines for 100 737 Maxes and an option for another 30. They did the deal with also Cargo Lux to replace the 747s with Boeing 777 freighters. And they picked up a few other orders like Qatar Airways and that. So overall, they've really done, had a really, really good show. And they really needed it. They really needed the boost accidents with the 737 MAX and the airplanes being grounded in that and orders cancelled really, really hit Boeing. And they were really going through dire straits. And of course, the pandemic didn't help. So it's a good lift for Boeing.
That's right. So tell us more about some other significant agreements that were signed during this air show.
Well, I mean, we've got, EasyJet ordered some, I think it was 50 plus Airbus 320s. And then, of course, we've got the whole chatter that's going on about, environmental impact of aviation and that electric aircraft, the electrical vertical takeoff and landing. There was talk about that as well. And that, is being more and more covered in the press these days. Of course, with the price of oil going up, people are thinking now, well, we're turning to electric cars. When are we going to have electric airplanes? And there's a few manufacturers working on that. And of course, the electrical vertical takeoff and landing with over 500 of these projects underway at the moment. It'll be interesting to see how many of them actually get to market. But that's going to change radically, the way a lot of cargo is moved and also people on short distances. So that's an interesting market to keep an eye on as well.
That's right. Can I ask you more about that? Because we know that the price of fuel has been surging. It's led to increases in petrol for cars, but also for aviation purposes as well. Do you believe there is a big future for electric flight?
Oh, certainly there is. I mean, electric flight is certainly the way forward, or maybe some other type of propulsion that maybe we haven't come across yet, that man has to discover or either invent. We'll see. But certainly what we've seen with technology over the last 50 to 60 years, everything has accelerated except air travel. Today, we're flying at the same speeds we flew 50 years ago. Actually, we're flying slower because we haven't got Concorde. But, Boom Aerospace were present at Farnborough, and, they're busy building their prototype now, which is due to fly in 2025. And they're looking at delivering the first supersonic aircraft by 2029. So supersonic air travel is coming back. I think we need to go even faster. Elon Musk is talking about flying people from anywhere to anywhere on a rocket, which is perfectly doable. We saw William Shatner, the actor that played Captain Kirk, go up with Blue Origin a few months ago on a rocket. I know it was only a 10-15 minute flight, but that rocket could have easily landed in Australia instead of back in Texas. And, in 35 minutes, you can get from Texas to Australia. And we've proved that a 90-year-old man can fly on a rocket. So, this is something that's coming as well. And this may very well be the breakthrough for cargo transport and also transporting people within our planet will be on rocket to rocket. Now, this is not going to happen in 500 cities across the world because you've got the logistics of launching a rocket, but I can certainly see about 30 cities having these rockets launched from one place to another. And it's all about reusability. As long as you can reuse these rockets over and over again, we're going to bring the cost down. And Elon Musk reckons that the cost per ticket will be the cost of a first-class airline ticket right now. So very doable.
Wow, okay. Looks like an interesting future for aviation ahead. Fabrizio Poli, great as always to speak with you. Thank you.
Thank you.